Let's go on a drive and see what drive matrix next provides. You see speed at the top, you see the acceleration and g-forces here, you see how much distance you have covered in the last 10 minutes, and at what average speed. You can configure it to display the last 1 hour metrics or last 24-hour metrics. You can do that via the next settings. If you go down, you see your location information and your altitude. This location information is actually really useful when someone asks you over a phone, where are you? In the bottom dock, we also display the direction of movement, like north, northeast. We display your current altitude. And if you're navigating to some place, next will show your navigation specific information as well. Now, let's look at the trip system in next. You can easily start a new trip by clicking this start a trip button, and you get to see how much distance you have covered in this trip, at what speed you have covered that distance, and how much time since the trip was started. You can easily end the trip here. And once you end the trip, you can actually view all your trip information in the trips section. So if you click this roll icon in the dynamic dock, so let's look at this 2.7 mile trip. You can see the path which you've taken in this trip. You can zoom in if you want. You see all your trip information here, like when the trip was started and when it was ended, the top speed of the trip, the average speed, the distance, the duration, the highest and lowest altitudes, and you can also see the speed and altitude graphs. One interesting thing about these graphs is you can slide your finger on these graphs and you will see your speed at each point. If you tap that point, so you'll see when you were at that point, what was your speed at that point, what was the acceleration, what was the altitude, and what was the direction of movement. It also shows you your trip cost and the fuel consumed. This is something calculated based on your mileage, which you can set in your settings. Let's go out of the trip section. As you can see, the information shown here is in miles per hour. That is the imperial system. In next, you can choose either the imperial system or the metric system of units. We can choose that by going to settings, units and measurement, and choosing either metric or imperial. Let's stick to imperial for now. Next also has charts to show your speed and altitude variation. So if you tap on this charts icon in the dock, you will see charts appear here. You see your speed variation and your altitude variation. And I move my finger around the speed variation. I can tap on any speed and it will show me what my details were at that point. And this looks great across all dashboards. Next also has this feature called Save Parking Spot. It allows you to send your current parking location to yourself via email so that you know where you park your car. The Save Parking Spot button automatically appears in the dock when your speed is 0. So let's see this feature in action. I'll tap on the Save Parking Spot button and I'll tap myself. That's it. My location has been shared with me via email. Next has this one more fun driving feature, and it's called achievement notification. So whenever you break your previous speed or altitude record, Next sends you a notification to let you know that you've broken your record. This is just a fun feature which can be turned on or off from the settings. Let's talk about the safety features in Next. Next provides you with 3 essential safety features. Number 1 is share location. Number 2 is overspeed alerts. And number 3 is dashboard camera. Let's look at share location. So the idea behind share location is simple. The ability that you can share your location with your friend or a family member whenever you like. So I'll tap the share location button and I'll tap the friend who I want to send this location. In this case, let's tap Kara. That's it. The location has been shared with Kara, even email from Next. And if we provide Kara with my current location, my speed, and my direction of movement. Now, let's talk about overspeed alerts. In Next, you can set up your speed limits via settings, more, and set speed alerts. Let's set it to 99 kilometers per hour. So once you go beyond the speed limit, the dock will go orange, alerting you of the overspeeding. Next up, let's look at dashboard camera. This is a big one. With Next, you can record your dashboard footage using the iPad's front and rear camera at once. And Next that will stitch it into a single video, which will be saved on your device's Photos app. So let's see this in action. So I'll tap the camera icon here. Now I have options to start the recording, and once I start, I can then stop the recording.